Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're strapping in for a really close look at wearable technology for health and wellness.
Yeah, things like fitness trackers, smartwatches,
Yeah.
they seem to be everywhere now.
Exactly. You really do see them everywhere. And we wanted to, dig beneath the surface a bit, get past the marketing hype, and figure out what's really going on.
It's definitely pervasive technology. It wasn't long ago, really, that having this much personal health data just right there on your wrist felt like sci-fi.
Right.
And now it's commonplace. So understanding its true impact, that's crucial.
Totally agree. And that's exactly why we're doing this. We've gone through, well, a lot of information to bring you a balanced take.
With a fair look.
Yeah, our mission for this deep dive is to explore both the genuinely exciting advantages and also the potential downsides. We want to help you figure out if these gadgets actually fit your lifestyle, your health goals.
Think of it as a quick way to get a handle on the core stuff about wearables. We'll be hitting on fitness trackers, smartwatches, naturally. Also dedicated heart rate monitors, and we'll even touch on smart clothing a bit, all based on what we've been looking into.
All right, let's unpack this, starting with what makes them so appealing, right? The upsides, the pros, if you will.
And the first big one that usually comes up is that real-time health monitoring.
Yeah, that immediacy.
It's pretty fascinating just how much data these things can capture now. We're talking heart rate, obviously, but also like the nitty-gritty of your activity.
Steps, calories.
Exactly. Steps taken, calories burned, even really detailed breakdowns of your sleep patterns.
Right. You can literally just glance down and get a snapshot of what's happening inside your body right then.
And it gets more interesting because some features offer more than just, raw numbers.
Like the Apple Watch ECG, the electrocardiogram feature.
That's a great example. The real value there isn't just having an ECG, like, on demand. It's the potential for spotting things early.
Like AFib, atrial fibrillation.
Precisely. Something many people might not even know they have. And finding AFib early can genuinely reduce the risk of stroke, which is huge.
Wow, okay.
But, and this is really important, it's not a replacement for a proper clinical ECG from a doctor.
Right, that's a key distinction.
Users absolutely need to follow up with a medical professional if the watch flags something. Think of it as a powerful awareness tool, maybe an early warning sign.
But not the final word, not a diagnostic device by itself.
Exactly.
Okay, super important point. Beyond those sort of critical alerts, wearables are also just massively popular for motivation.
Oh, definitely.
Helping us set and actually stick to fitness goals. I know so many people glued to their Fitbits or Garmin's for that reason.
They really excel there.
Yeah.
Helping you define what you want to achieve. Maybe it's hitting 10,000 steps. Maybe it's staying in a certain heart rate zone during exercise.
Yeah.
And they give you that constant feedback loop, showing you visually how you're doing, how close you are.
It taps into something, doesn't it? That desire to see progress.
It really does. It's a bit of behavioral psychology, almost gamified. Seeing that data makes abstract goals feel, well, real, achievable. It gives you a sense of control.
You get those little buzzes to move, the fireworks when you hit a goal.
Yeah, those celebrations.
And just seeing the numbers climb, tracking progress over weeks or months, that can be a real boost, right? Knowing you did more this week than last.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That very act of tracking, the data shows it can significantly increase how well people stick to their fitness plans.
Makes sense.
Makes your effort tangible, gives that sense of accomplishment. And that encourages more effort. It's a cycle.
And then there's just the sheer convenience. Can't overlook that.
No, it's huge.
Having the time, your heart rate on a run, maybe notifications, just right there. No digging for your phone.
That easy access is a massive plus.
Yeah.
And it's not just the basics, like you said, call notifications, messages.
It lets you stay connected without being glued to the phone screen.
And also, think about how tough many of them are now. Water resistant, durable.
Right. You can take them swimming, hiking.
Yeah, exactly. They fit into all sorts of activities without you having to baby them. Yoga, running, whatever. They don't just give up if things get a bit rough.
That's a great point about robustness. Makes them way more practical for just everyday life. Okay, shifting gears a little. Wearables are also showing real promise for managing chronic health conditions.
This is an area with, honestly, potentially life-changing impact.
Oh, really? How so?
Well, for people managing conditions like diabetes or hypertension, even asthma, certain wearables can track key indicators continuously.
Things like blood sugar, blood pressure.
Blood sugar levels, blood pressure trends, which is important, oxygen saturation. Yeah.
And having that constant sort of passive monitoring, that could be a game changer for being proactive, couldn't it?
Precisely. Take continuous glucose monitors, CGMs. For people with diabetes, they offer real-time blood sugar insights.
So not just finger pricks a few times a day.
Right. This allows for immediate adjustments, diet, insulin based on live data. That level of instant feedback can lead to much, much better glycemic control.
Wow. Okay, that's significant. And finally, on the pro side, sleep. A lot of people get these things hoping to improve their sleep quality.
And the level of detail some provide now is quite something. They don't just say, you slept 7 hours.
Right, it's more granular.
They analyze the stages. Deep sleep, light sleep, REM sleep, all crucial for different things like cognitive function, memory.
So you get a much richer picture of your rest, understanding if you're getting enough of each stage.
Because each stage does play a vital role. Tracking these cycles helps you see if you're maybe short on deep sleep, for example.
Yeah, I often wonder about that myself. Am I getting enough of that really restorative stuff?
Exactly. And some devices like the Whoop strap or the Oura Ring go even further. They offer insights, even personalized tips on how to optimize your sleep.
Based on your data.
Based on your data. It can be incredibly useful for spotting patterns, making little lifestyle tweaks to improve sleep overall.
Okay, so that's a pretty compelling list of pros, reasons why someone might want one.
Definitely some strong points.
But, like we said at the start, we need the full picture. So let's dive into the cons, the potential downsides.
Right, the other side of the coin.
And one that jumps out immediately is just the sheer amount of data. It can feel like a bit of a fire hose sometimes.
That really brings up a personal question, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
How much data is actually useful versus when does it just become noise? Overwhelming.
Yeah.
Because while having all this info can be empowering, that constant stream of notifications, the pressure, whether it's real or just pressure you put on yourself to hit those daily goals, it can actually become a source of stress for some people.
I can see that. You're constantly reminded. Activity levels, heart rate variability, sleep score. It could definitely make you feel pressured, maybe even guilty if you miss a target.
Precisely. And there's also the risk of, well, overanalyzing things. Seeing minor, perfectly normal fluctuations in your data and worrying that it means something serious is wrong.
Which could lead to more anxiety.
It can, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Increased anxiety, maybe even pushing some people towards hypochondria.
Yeah.
Reading too much into every little blip.
Okay, that's a real concern. Another big one. How accurate is all this data anyway?
Yes.
Accuracy. We have to remember, these aren't generally medical-grade diagnostic tools, are they?
That is such a crucial point. The tech has improved massively, no doubt. But wearable tech isn't always perfectly spot on.
What affects it?
Things like how intense your movement is, how snugly the device fits on your wrist. Even just your individual skin can affect the readings.
For things like heart rate, calories,
These are
stages.
Sleep stages.
Exactly. Most use optical sensors shining light on the skin, measuring blood flow changes for heart rate. Generally pretty good, but, intense movement can sometimes throw them off.
So they give you a good ballpark figure, maybe? A general idea.
That's a good way to put it. Good general idea.
But you can't treat every single number as, like, lab-tested fact.
Definitely not. For instance, a tracker might overestimate calories burned in a workout. Happens all the time. Or miss a sudden heart rate spike.
Or fail to capture those really brief, sudden spikes consistently in real time, which is why it's so important not to rely solely on these for critical health decisions.
Especially if you have existing conditions.
Absolutely. Talk to your doctor. Use the data as information, maybe a conversation starter, but interpret it cautiously.
Right. Okay. Then there's the very practical, everyday hassle, battery life.
Yes. The charging.
Having to charge these things constantly, it can be surprisingly disruptive.
It really can. I mean, some devices are great now, last several days, maybe even a week.
Yeah, some fitness bands.
But others, especially the really feature-packed smartwatches, often need charging every single day.
Which is just inconvenient, right? If you travel or just forget.
It's a pain. And if you do have to charge it overnight,
you lose your sleep tracking for that night.
Exactly. It undermines one of the main reasons people often buy them in the first place.
Yeah, that constant need for charging breaks the seamlessness, doesn't it? Disrupts that continuous monitoring idea.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to a really big one for many people. Privacy.
Yeah. These devices are collecting a lot of very personal data. Health data.
This is critical in today's connected world. Think about what they gather. Location, detailed heart rate patterns, sleep duration, sleep quality.
Sometimes even social media activity if you link accounts.
Sometimes, yes. And this data is stored digitally. if they're on the device or more often on the company's servers.
So we're basically handing over a very intimate picture of our lives, our health.
We are, and that naturally raises questions about risks. Data breaches, for one.
Or just how companies might use that information.
Precisely. If the company making your watch has weak security or they get hacked, your sensitive data could be exposed.
So you really need to check the fine print.
You absolutely have to. Read the privacy policy carefully. Choose brands that have a strong, clear commitment to data security. Understand what's collected, how it's stored, who they might share it with. It's vital before you buy.
Good advice. Lastly, let's talk cost, because these things aren't always cheap.
Definitely not. High-end smartwatches especially can carry a pretty hefty price tag.
Hundreds, sometimes even over $1,000, right? Depending on brand, materials, features.
Exactly. And it's not always just the upfront cost anymore, is it?
No, seems like more and more companies are adding subscription fees too.
That's becoming common for access to more detailed insights, maybe personalized coaching, other premium features.
So that ongoing cost adds up. You need to factor that into the total ownership cost.
Absolutely. It's another layer to consider when you're weighing things up.
Okay, so we've laid out quite a bit here, both sides of the argument. Now, for you listening, how do you actually decide? Is wearable tech right for you?
And this really comes down to some personal reflection. Ask yourself, do you genuinely enjoy tracking progress?
Are you motivated by data?
Yeah. Do you like setting fitness goals and actively working towards them? Do you find having those health metrics easily accessible valuable? If yes, then yeah, a wearable could be a really great motivating tool for your wellness journey.
It can be super empowering for people who thrive on that kind of data, seeing tangible proof of their effort.
It really can.
Yeah.
But it's just as important to be honest with yourself. Could that constant monitoring, that flood of notifications, actually cause you stress or anxiety?
Right. If you find yourself getting too fixated on the numbers.
Or feeling like an unhealthy pressure to hit those targets all the time. If that's you, maybe a less intense approach to tracking might actually be better for your overall well-being.
That's a fair point. And crucially, something we've hit on a few times.
Yes.
This tech should always be seen as a complement to professional medical advice, never a replacement.
Absolutely fundamental. The data can be informative, even useful to share with your doctor. Bring it to your appointments.
But don't use it to self-diagnose or make major health decisions without talking to a proper healthcare professional.
That's the core takeaway, isn't it? Wearable tech has some genuinely exciting possibilities for understanding ourselves, maybe improving our health.
But you need that balanced view.
Exactly. Be fully aware of the benefits, yes, but also the limitations. Ultimately, the value comes from how you integrate it into your life.
As a supportive tool.
A supportive tool that boosts your well-being, hopefully, without causing extra stress or making you ignore professional guidance.
Well said. And on that note, maybe a final thought to leave everyone with. It echoes something Dr. Sirta Ram Vishnoy said. Technology should serve your well-being, not control it.
That's powerful.
Wear it, learn from it, but always stay in tune with yourself. Maybe reflect on how that applies to your own relationship with tech and how well you listen to your body's own signals.
Great place to end.
Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.